Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on IOTA. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about IOTA. Now this is a cryptocurrency I haven't talked about in a while, but I continue to buy it because it's one of those cryptocurrencies that I see a lot of value in. And while it's sitting here just around 15 cents, it's a steal of a deal. This is a true sleeping giant of a cryptocurrency. So probably nothing. IOTA inside European Central Bank report. Now, what they're talking about here is micropayments. And micropayments are going to be very big in the future. And if your cryptocurrency is built for micropayments, it's going to get a lot of value from that. And what makes IOTA great for this is the fact that there's no fees for transactions. They also go on to talk about Internet of Things and cars making automated payments from e-wallets for like parking tickets and charging stations. But IOTA is positioned perfectly because smart homes are going to be a thing in the future. And IOTA is going to capture a large percentage of that market as well. But micropayments will be the first catalyst, in my opinion, for IOTA. MasterCard Asia files patent for Tangle-based device billing system. Now they're talking about Payasyougo system, and it's built for this as well, because think about it. Instead of overpaying for a service or underpaying for a service, you're just paying as you use the service. And they use 3D printers and copiers as an example. So again, tied to micropayments as well. And that's why I look at IOTA, and it's just starting to get announcements now. Maybe people will start to wake up to what this cryptocurrency is capable of instead of overlooking it. I always tell people, you know, the crypto space is bigger than just the three X's. I'm talking about XRP, XLM, and XDC. There's other hidden gems here as well, and IOTA is definitely one of them. IOTA in Taiwan likely to work on digital identity solutions. This is another place where IOTA is really going to stand strong because digital IDs are going to become massive in the future. Some countries are already pushing forward with it. And once again, IOTA is built for this as well. So government institutions worldwide have been working on adopting decentralized identity solutions in order to provide greater security and protection for their citizens. The global semiconductor hub in Taiwan is now undertaking such projects as has been recently in talks with IOTA to discuss the implementation of decentralized ID solutions. IOTA's lead for Asia ecosystem was recently invited by Taiwan's Ministry of Digital Affairs to discuss government collaboration case studies of IOTA. It's also built for government use as well. IOTA is also an ISO coin, which we'll talk about in this video. So the importance of open source when it comes to DeFi. Soon Labs just announced they are open source after 2 years of development. Take a listen to this.
This is like kind of the direction that everyone wants to go. I mean, you're trying to create an open alternative to financial markets that aren't fair to everybody. The one thing that I'll play devil's advocate a little bit here, but I've kind of shifted my perspective on open source decentralization just slightly because I feel that it's like a spectrum, and there's a certain point when being open source is great, but I think in the foundational stages, it's probably best to be a little bit more closed off, and I think Soon Labs is a pretty solid example of this.
Open source on blockchain and Web3 is not unique. It's standard. Now, the question I have for you, Austin, is open source a necessity for blockchain?
I think for like the DeFi ecosystem to truly grow, we've got to have open source. If we didn't have open source code, guess what? We wouldn't have any alternate layer one networks unless we had developers willing to build from scratch. And the amount of developers we have willing to build from scratch is about 1 to every 100 that's willing to fork. The difference is night and day. It costs just a ton more man hours. It costs a ton more money. And I don't necessarily think open sourcing kind of it goes hand in hand with decentralization, but really it's just a matter of if you produce a good product, take it as far as you can take that product and then turn it loose. And the reason you turn it loose is not necessarily for your own bottom line. You turn it loose for the good of the industry that you're building in. Yes.
So they're already improving already great technology, and this is going to lead to more growth around this network as well, because nobody likes complications. They like things to be simple and they like things to be cheap. And that's why I see that as an awesome advancement for Soon Labs. So Crypto Power Trio, Ripple's XRP, Stellar's XLM, and Forge Alliance's IOTA, ready to disrupt billion-dollar crypto market with potential swift integration. Now listen to the reason why they see IOTA fitting in here perfectly. IOTA deviates from the typical blockchain architecture by adopting a proprietary technology known as Tangle. IOTA, which was created specifically for the Internet of Things, enables secure and convenient microtransactions between computers and devices. This makes IOTA a promising solution for enabling a machine-to-machine economy where devices can transact and share data autonomously. Overall, the integration of the Power Trio to SWIFT can significantly reduce transaction costs associated with international payments. Once again, they look at IOTA being built for microtransactions, micropayments, and machine-to-machine payments. And you know, we are in the fourth industrial revolution, the digital age. Everything's starting to change very fast. Technology is advancing like never before. And if you want to invest in this industrial revolution, all you have to do is buy a cryptocurrency like IOTA. Sit back, stay patient, wait, and before you know it, this cryptocurrency will make you a lot of money. Messages are being blocked until November of 2023. Remember, I did videos in the past on IOTA, and I talked a lot about ISO back then. And I said once ISO goes live, it's going to bring a lot of value to these cryptocurrencies. And then March came and went, and people said, well, I told you ISO meant nothing. Well, that's because of this right here. These messages will be blocked on the SWIFT RMA portal, and you will not be able to submit them to any ING entities. We anticipate to gradually unblock these messages after the release of November 2023. I think once November gets here, little by little, these ISO cryptocurrencies will rise in value. And this is becoming even more of a reality by the day. We're seeing the whole network get built all around the world. This cryptocurrency, working with this cryptocurrency, working with these banks, working with these CBDCs. This is becoming a reality. A couple years ago, people could not see this. Today, it's so much clearer that this is the future. And you see IOTA tied in there as well. Internet of Things over the air. And everything's going to be tied to QNT, Quant, because Quant's going to be the glue that holds all these cryptocurrencies together and makes this network work 24/7, 365 days a year. IOTA, Internet of Things. Now, I want to point out something. So there's 7 key factors that make IOTA unique. Completely decentralized as a globally distributed network, IOTA is resilient and robust against attacks. Without a coordinator, no instance will play a special role in the network. To be clear, once the coordinator is disabled, the IOTA Foundation cannot resume it. Permissionless access to the network. Anyone can join the network at any time to add and validate transactions. If other DLTs need to limit the number of nodes, or if they need to implement a permitted approach for scalability, the IOTA approach includes additional nodes. Partition tolerant. A production-ready tangle is partition tolerant, which means that part of the tangle can be disconnected from the main tangle for a period of time and continue to run without an internet connection. And that is also very important when it comes to the new financial system. Finality in seconds. The IOTA Tangle provides the finality of transactions in seconds compared to blockchains that take hours or days. I think they're talking about Bitcoin. IOTA is a much better network. Scalability. IOTA can scale infinitely, meaning its throughput is not limited and does not need to compete with other transactions for resources. Low fees. Transactions that are conducted on the IOTA network are free. That's cheaper than any other network. Lean system. The IOTA network was created for devices like sensors that can function in a power-saving network. This cryptocurrency has so much potential, and yet people are overlooking it. Lastly, smart cities. The IOTA blockchain can significantly create smarter and more efficient cities by allowing data interchange across urban systems like waste management, transportation, and energy efficiency. And smart cities are coming. They're already being talked about. Some of them are already in the design phase around the world. And IOTA is going to be key to keeping these cities running, because it's based on Internet of Things. A new patent unveils how the IOTA Tangle technology can play a pivotal role in enhancing traffic management systems and securing data. Once again, this will be perfect for smart cities in the future. The patent in question showcases how the IOTA Tangle can revolutionize traffic management systems. Central to its innovation is ultra-wideband sensors that capture precise information about moving objects within their vicinity by emitting electromagnetic wave packets with broad bandwidth. These sensors provide accurate and secure data even in high-speed and confined environments. It's built for this. It's also going to be tied to the supply chain as well. IOTA set to dominate the $5 trillion tokenization market with Stardust. IOTA, a leading blockchain platform, is poised to dominate the $5 trillion tokenization market with its latest innovation, Stardust. This groundbreaking technology is set to unleash a wave of projects in the future market, positioning IOTA as a major player in the world of tokenization. I talk about each one of these ISO cryptocurrencies. They have a lot of things in common. They're fast, they're cheap, they're secure. They're all tied to the same things, such as tokenization. That's going to be a massive market in the future. You think 5 trillion is something? This is a $770 trillion market in the future. It's something that's going to continue to grow year over year. IOTA needs to only capture a small percentage to be sitting well over $100 in the future. But I'm going to tell you what I always tell everyone. Now's the time that you invest, and then you do nothing. You just sit back, stay patient, stay positive about your investment, and before you know it, once this whole network comes together, this cryptocurrency is going to skyrocket, and when it does, it's going to make you a lot of money. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.